Don't have to get that quiet, all right? Let me just start by saying I think it's when you've got a nationally televised game in our building, that's a great day for our league. All right, it's part of a triple header today. I have no clue what happened with Wilmington or William & Mary. I think we've got Hampton A&T tonight at 9. This is a great league. It's a very competitive league. Night in and night out, you're going to have games like this. So I thought it was great for our league. We were very fortunate. I thought they were cooking us early on, and we weren't really aligned defensively early on. But I think to our guys' credit, we really locked down the second half. We talk about bricks a lot, 3 stops in a row, and we only had 1 at halftime. We like to get 7. We had 6 in the second half, so that's huge to defend like that. So when you can hold a team to 18 points and a half, put yourself in a position to win the game. And late game execution, something we've been talking a lot about. And got the ball in, got the ball to the right guy, made a free throw. Still some things we can learn about it, but other than waiting for how much time was going to be on the clock for the officials to get things aligned, other than that, I thought we did a good job getting the ball in to the right people.
Coach Riley Frayne from Mid-Major Madness. Coming into today, coming off back-to-back home losses, 2 tightly contested games. Today it started to get, it looked like they were running away from it early. You guys are able to pull it back and, ultimately see out the win. So a bit of a two-parter. Just first off, what does this win specifically today, the way you guys in comeback fashion get the win say about your team? And second off, how did going through some of this early adversity, some of the early challenges you guys had to face, how does that prepare you for a tough conference like the CAA the rest of the way?
Riley, that's a long question, so I'm going to do my best to answer all of it. But I would say that every game is going to be tight. Whether you have a lead or don't have a lead, you're never going to be comfortable with the lead. You're never going to be out of it with the deficit. You just got to keep going. So we talk a lot about having strong faces and you just get to the next play. I thought the guys did a good job with that today. What was the other part of the question? What does it mean for moving forward? Listen, every game in the CAA is a dogfight. I wish they were all on CBS Sports. I wish there was more access for the nation to see how talented and competitive this league is. Not everybody has a Flow Sports subscription, but I do think it's a high level of basketball. There's international, there's pros every night, NBA prospects, there's all the time, and I think, we talk about different guys stepping up, right? We needed some other guys to do some things, but I do think 14 boards. Certainly Deuce Drake hitting some big free throws, but I thought Kavan Vanderhorst changed the game with his energy. He got to the rim. He hit a big 3. Yame did what Yame can do, and that's make hard shots and get in the paint. But I thought if you look at it, somebody's backing up. If you look at it, though, we had more paint touches in the second half than the first half. So, and they're a really talented team. They're really talented, and Speedy's always going to have a group of guards that can get a bucket and make something happen. So no one ever felt comfortable. We knew what play they were going to run late on the side OB. They've got a little bit of a wrinkle to it, but it's been the same one that they've run for years. They ran it against us during COVID. They beat JMU with it, went to overtime when Joe Mihalik was the coach. So our staff had done a great job. Jason had to scout. We were well aware of what was going to happen, and forced them to catch that pass out of bounds, which was big.
Hey, Zach, Finn Courtney, City Basketball Love. Just speak about, Cole Hargrave today, 15 points, 9 rebounds. Going from somebody who really didn't play that much the first 2 seasons here, now has become such an integral piece for you guys this year. Talk a bit about his development and how he's really grown into that role for you guys.
Yeah, Cole Hargrove's one of those guys that, I think we valued him more than a lot of coaching staffs did. And he showed up here about 30 pounds lighter than what he is right now, but that's Cole Hargrove. He shows up and he works, right? And he competes and he competes. He competes in the weight room. He competes in the classroom. He competes on the floor. And that's a guy right now who, I could tell you, he's still, a little bit annoyed at himself because maybe he had a free throw didn't go in or whatever. This guy is a competitor. He single-handedly won an early game against Colgate because he hit some three-pointers. And he hasn't had great success from there since, but he's going to. And we're not going to shy away from that. We're going to give guys confidence. He's going to keep taking them because you make a couple, especially as a big, You make a couple, then every coaching staff, it distorts how you prepare. And he's going to make some quality threes for us. I thought he had some good looks today, but also OB under late, right? We got him. He and Kobe let them play, and he hits a little 15-footer. If you guys ever come to practice, he hits that with his eyes shut. I mean, we knew that was in. So just proud of his development, all right? But it speaks to the character, right? This day and age, everyone wants to make it transactional. We're not doing that at Drexel. We're going to make it transformational, and we're going to continue to pour into these guys and build a culture that makes them want to be here beyond what transactions could happen in the offseason. And Cole Hargrove, Kobe McGee, Yame Butler, Shane Blakeney, Horace Simmons, all guys, Garfield Turner, all guys that chose to stay, and it's just an honor to coach them, and we're going to continue to pour into those guys and our new guys who really have done some great things for us. Long answers, sorry. Is there water?
Dave Melangelo, Sports Talk Philadelphia. So, Coach, what did you tell your team at the
Did
first?
you go to the Eagles game yesterday?
Yeah.
You did, right? Mm-hmm. Do you get a pass where you're inside or you out in the snow?
I chose to be out in the snow yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Coach, can you just talk, what did you tell your team at that first time out of the second half when you guys got the lead down to 1? And then how about the way you guys were able to grind this game out at the end?
I can't remember specifically that timeout. I kind of know what we said at halftime, but I think you want to have a set plan to attack and go into things, and you want to kind of maybe have some secondary scenarios. And again, I think our coaching staff is great with the information they provide and support. They do a great job, and we were able to maybe play a little bit smaller, more guards out there, and then I thought we kept them out of the paint more in the second half. And they took some tough twos, so I don't know what they were second half. I'm getting older, guys. I need some glasses. They were 2 for 12 from 3, right? But they weren't great from 2 either. So I thought we did a good job right there, right? They were 4 for 17 from 3 in the second half. So I think that Shane Blakeney out there makes us switchable. I think Kevon Vanderhorst out there really making life hard for Cruz Davis to bring the ball up the floor. So I thought our depth played to our advantage today, and sometimes, as a coach, I've been hesitant to play other guys and maybe play it too conservative. But credit to our staff, our guys are working and developing. Guys get in there and get opportunities, and they made some big plays today.
For a guy like Kevon, who, last year was down at community college, came up to you guys this year as a sophomore, what kind of impact has he made for you? Maybe not statistically, but like energy-wise, defensively, what have you thought of his play so far?
I've been thrilled with his approach. And then talking about a guy that's new, right? I don't care where they come from. They're Dragons. They're our guys right now, right? But had an injury, I think, like literally, if we're going live for the first time in the summer in August, and we went live like the second trip down and back, and he breaks his wrist. And he'd been done till December. I think his first game was at Albany or Howard. So we've been slowly kind of working him in. But in the process, he's had a role, and he's accepted that. And it's huge, right? And he made some big plays for us today. So he's an everyday guy. He's another example of what we talk about our program. He appreciates the opportunity, right? He respects the process, and he competes his butt off. And I think you saw that today. Was he in there on the press? We got a big press, got a deflection. We didn't score on it, but I still think it was a pretty big play. Any other questions? All right, Dave, last one. We got a football game to get ready for, right? You going to the next one?
Maybe. So, 6 games in the conference play. What has stood out most about the way how your team has played?
Jeez, every game's an adventure. Every game, you got to find different ways to win, and you got to play them down to the absolute final possession, right? And we all probably got to still pit in our stomach from a couple of these games, but I think we're a better basketball team. We're a more seasoned group 6 games in than we were. We've been through some stuff, and Campbell, probably comes down to a free throw. Townsend certainly comes down to one possession. If this team is. We potentially could be 5-1. We're 3-3, right? That's what our record is. We've had some great experience. We could have lost all of them too. So this is game 2 in an 8-game span. This is game 3 this week. Game 1 of 3 this week. We got to practice tomorrow, leave Wednesday, Northeastern, right? And that's going to be a whole nother different challenge and a mystery to solve and a battle, and then fly home on Friday morning. And we got homecoming on Saturday. Delaware will be in closer to Philly Thursday night than we are Friday. They may be practicing here while we're still flying. I don't know. All right, guys. Watch out. It's going to get cold tomorrow morning. Make sure you wear a coat.